Hey fellas, and welcome to this week's recap and predictions. First off is Kevin against Ernest. I thought Kevin was going to win this one last week, but thanks to Christian McCaffrey and CeeDee Lamb, Ernest was able to pull out the victory last week. Game number 2 was Paul against Ryan. Not a very high scoring game from Ryan. I expected more. Paul, had you actually set a lineup, you might have had a chance at winning this one, like finding a tight end or putting Antonio Gibson in. The third game was Zach against Alex. And Alex had to... and Mahomes was on the bench. Okay, I better stop laughing now. The last time Alex embarrassed Zach on here, he came back and beat me by 30. So, and what would have been the game of the week last week, Drawn against myself, Drawn getting the Lucky Flex Award, scoring over 300, the only one to do it last week. Might have beat you if I played some different people, like putting in Michael Carter. However, there's no chance I wasn't going to start Metcalf, so you probably would have won anyway. Moving on to the predictions for this week. First off will be Alex and Ryan. Alex, you've got quite a few points on your bench. Not sure why you're starting Derrick Henry or your kicker. You almost outscored Ryan last week with your pathetic lineup, and you could have a better one this week and the chance of beating Ryan, but I really don't know how you function. I don't get it. I don't know what goes on inside your head. You're like Paul the Second now. Anyway, I think Ryan's going to win that one. Game number 2 is Kevin against Paul. Paul this time setting even less of a lineup than last week. I think you have less than half of a lineup set right now. Paul, if you don't want to play, that's cool. I'm sure Mark is dying to get back in this. And if it's about the Astros, dude, they lost. Move on. Fantasy football is the most important thing now. Game number 3 is against Zach and myself. Like I said before, the last time Zach got embarrassed, he came back to beat me, and he set up well to do that now with his defense getting 4 interceptions and a touchdown and no points because Atlanta is afraid of the end zone or field goals, apparently. However, this week, Zach does not have Alvin Kamara, and my team has pretty good matchups, even though Cooper Kupp is on the bench. I think I will win this. And the game of the week will be Drawn against Ernest. Whoever wins this one will either be in a 3-way tie for first with Zach and I, or will have second all by themselves. Drawn already had a pretty strong game with his running backs and then gets Davante Adams in at wide receiver. So Ernest, it's not looking good this week, but every other time I predict you're going to lose, you ended up winning. So we'll see how this goes, but I think Drawn is going to win. All right, that's the predictions for this week. Good luck, everybody, except for Zach.